Look at this perfect blue sine wave. This is our baseline, a completely clean, mathematically flawless piece of digital audio. In modern production, perfectly clean audio can actually sound sterile, so producers push the signal through saturation plugins to add analog warmth and grit. But instead of warmth, the audio fractures. We hear a harsh, unnatural, high-pitched chirping noise that completely ruins the take. To figure out where that noise is coming from, we have to stop listening and start looking at the microscopic frequency data. This spectrogram tracks the shape of our sound. The large blue spike is our core note moving naturally, but these erratic green spikes are rogue frequencies moving backwards and downward into the mix. Our digital audio is being actively haunted by sounds we never recorded. Something invisible is forcing these frequencies into reverse. To find out what is pushing those frequencies backwards, we have to look at the absolute laws of physics that govern digital space. This is Claude Shannon. In the 1940s, he mapped the strict mathematical boundaries for transmitting digital data. His theorems prove these acoustic ghosts are not random glitches. They are a guaranteed mathematical reaction that happens anytime a digital system is pushed past its limits. Analog sound exists in the physical world, where frequencies can stretch infinitely. Digital audio operates inside a closed container, strictly defined by its sample rate. This graph maps out that container. The absolute physical roof of this digital space is a hard boundary called the Nyquist limit. The math here is simple. If you are working in a standard digital file with a sample rate of 48 kHz, this red ceiling sits exactly at half that number. So 24 kHz is the absolute highest frequency you can record. As long as our audio waves stay low, we are safe. Watch what happens when we add that saturation effect. It creates new layers of sound called harmonics. These fresh spikes shoot straight up, rapidly climbing toward the limit. In analog tape gear, those high harmonics would just keep traveling upward forever. But inside this digital box, all that ascending energy is rapidly running out of room. Eventually, those new harmonics hit the 24 kHz barrier. Here on the diagram, we see the system fail. Frequencies cannot pierce the Nyquist ceiling. Instead, the excess frequency overage is forced to mathematically reflect downward. That jagged, rejected energy crashes right back down into our hearing range, tangling with our clean original audio and severely corrupting it. Engineers call this geometric reflection aliasing, and that folded, corrupted data is the exact cause of those chirping ghosts ruining our track. You cannot cram more data into a digital container than the math allows. If you force the issue, the sound weaponizes against itself. To fix this, audio engineers use a spatial trick called oversampling to temporarily outsmart digital physics. Take a look at this data sequence. By using a technique called zero padding, we slide perfectly empty zeros between every existing piece of audio data, instantly doubling the density of our signal. Because the sample rate defines our boundaries, doubling data density tricks the software into lifting the ceiling to twice its original height. With this new headroom, our volatile saturation harmonics soar straight up without colliding into a barrier. But injecting thousands of zeros into a file leaves behind a messy side effect. It generates a mirrored echo of our original audio across all those new upper frequencies. We prevented the ghosts from crashing down into our mix, but now we have a temporary mess cluttering our newly built high-altitude room. To finish the job, we use an anti-aliasing low-pass filter. Think of this filter as a digital broom. As you see here on the graph, it sweeps across the upper half of the spectrum, completely deleting the chaotic echoed spikes while leaving our actual music totally untouched. With the garbage cleared, the system safely downsamples, lowering the ceiling back to its normal height. This split screen proves the result. Instead of a jagged, cheap-sounding failure, we get the smooth golden wave of a rich, saturated sound profile without a math sound shatters.